But yeah, every time I go, I'm like, oh damn, there's a Chick-fil-A here. Like every time I pass by there, I'm like, oh shit, there's a Chick-fil-A.
I know, I keep forgetting every time I drive to work. Like, I'm getting the Chick-fil-A next to my work, and I was like, motherfucker, I could have just ate this in traffic.
Alright, everybody, welcome to Hot Couch Potato, the podcast where we talk about video games and dressing up. My name is Brent, aka Boo Up. I'm here with my man's Rick, aka A New Perfect Day. What's going on, man?
Speaking of dressing up, yeah, apparently a lot of people don't know what cosplay means. And,
wait, what? That's not a common word nowadays?
Because, like, I guess it's not a normal thing. And I would always think it was a normal thing. But since I got so normalized with, you know, the anime culture and everything, I thought cosplay is, like, dressing up. But then I had to actually explain. I was like, yeah, it's like when they put on a costume. And it felt weird. So it's like you put on a costume and then you role play. AKA cosplay. Is that even right? I don't even know.
No, I think that's about right. It's kind of funny. There's this movie I watched recently, this Korean movie called Parasite, which I can't recommend enough, dude. If you have a chance to watch this movie, definitely watch it. I think it's the only non-English movie that's like nominated for Best Picture. But there's a family, they're rich, and their son is really into American Indians, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And his mom just buys him a bunch of bows and arrows and hatchets. He has like a whole headdress and everything like that. And someone explains it pretty well in there. They say, oh, it looks like he has that fanatic attitude. He wants to emulate like his favorite thing. So I think that's a good explanation for it. I think you did it all right, man. Like
yeah.
They like to, you know, really be a part of what they're a fan of. And yeah, just emulate their favorite thing like it's real. So I don't know. I'm not mad at it, dude. You can't be mad at people just loving what they love.
Yeah. Especially when they're becoming politicians, definitely.
That's crazy, though. I mean, no, I don't think that's too far off. In like 20 years, I bet in 20 years the president is gonna like dress up as Captain America one day. I bet you, dude.
I think it's gonna be like cyberpunk and all that stuff. So,
so he's gonna have Winter Soldier.
We're gonna have all anime everywhere, all over the world, and it's gonna be normalized and accepted. And that's the future we're gonna live in.
It almost is, man. It almost is. If there's like, that's gonna be a thing too. Like, whoever invents like Gundams first is gonna rule the world, man.
Exactly, and Japan is going to rule the world.
Because it's going to be them that invents it first?
Yeah, I think they already have the body of it. They're just going to build the schematics and the metal frame to get a, you know, like they're building all these robots. And I don't see us building any AI robots and stuff like that. But, you know, all they have to do is take that same robot they're building and just amplify it by 100 times. And they already have their Gundams already set with an AI.
Wasn't there that whole battle between Japan and America where they each built like a robot to fight? Do you remember that? I think
Robot Wars?
No, it was an actual like they actually built Gundams, and then I think Japan set out a challenge, you know, like, oh, if anybody wants to build a Gundam and fight us, let's do it, you know. And like some Americans made one, and of course they had guns and shit on it. So it's like, wait, what? People are gonna be piloting this. You just can't have guns on it. We gotta search for that later. Remind me to search for that and show you. But I mean, yeah, whoever invents Gundams first will rule the world. But we gotta think about this like logistically. Is it worth it to invent a Gundam? Like with all the money it will take?
No, but I think it would be more worth it to build more like human-sized version, like exoskeletons.
Oh, yeah, exoskeletons. Yeah.
And then they're like in their suits, like Terrans from StarCraft. You know, I think that will be a little bit more worth it.
That makes sense because there are exoskeletons now, which is crazy to me. I don't know if you've ever seen them. It's like what's that movie, Edge of Tomorrow? Have you seen that one with Tom Cruise?
Is that the one where he's like going back in time or something?
He just lives the same day over and over. Yeah.
And he keeps dying.
Yeah, but it's like the exosuit is like a backpack, and then it's just metal rods that go along your arms and legs, and those help you lift shit up. You know what I mean? And run super fast and all that. Those actually exist, and it's kind of weird because it just looks like a regular guy. I mean, I've seen videos of a guy picking up a refrigerator and carrying it over a mountain. You know, and it doesn't seem real to me. You know, like how can just this metal pipe that's on your arm, not even inserted in your arm or anywhere, just help you lift this up? You know, it's kind of interesting. I can't explain it, dude. It's like, oh, Death Stranding, like the little mechanics that he wears, those are actually real, dude. But it just looks so clumsy to me, man. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like if you needed to go into a tight space, maybe it's just the backpack part that's so clumsy. But yeah, I think I'm with you too. It'd be more those exoskeletons rather than the large Gundams.
Yep.
But still, whoever invents it first, man.
Japan, they are on their way.
Arms race, dude. Either that or just whoever manufactures just a shit ton of drones just takes over the world, dude.
I think we're going to be doing the drones because I don't know why, but yeah, we're into drones more and Japan's into robots. So
yeah,
while they have their robots, we have their drones. Damn, that's crazy.
Because that takes people out of the equation too, like in putting them in harm's way, you know?
Yeah.
But do you think we'd go full on, just have AI controlled drones, like a swarm or something? I think that's dangerous, dude.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have people directly piloting that stuff.
I think it's more of, they're just going to use drones the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Save
money, save costs, save training, save human error.
Yeah.
You know, and then just fly it.
Damn, that's just gonna be, yeah, dude. Just have EMPs everywhere, man. We can't rely on electricity anymore. Then,
damn, that's all you need. Yeah,
that's all you need is just one EMP and you win, dude.
Yeah,
interesting. Was there EMPs in StarCraft? Am I remembering that right?
I don't remember. Maybe it was stationary or something.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about EMPs. I just remember those being in one of those tactic games. Anyways, dude, that was a big fucking tangent. What's been going on this week, man?
Playing a lot of Zelda, Legend Breath of the Wild.
Oh, still, dude.
I'm about to go on this little tangent, but I fell down the rabbit hole. And I knew it. I already knew this is going to take up all my time. I knew it from the very beginning because you know how you can tell it's like you want to perfect something and... So, yeah, this game has no direction. Well, it does have direction if you, like, kind of bother the NPC, but it generally has no direction. You have, like, free will, kind of like Skyrim. I never played Skyrim, but, you know, you can go wherever you want, do whatever you can even go to the last boss if you want. The thing is, I remember I spent almost 2 days trying to capture horses because...
Wait, like, first thing is like Red Dead where you have to get your own horse?
Yeah, well, you can. You get up to 5. You can collect 5, and then put 4 in a stable, and then you ride one. But the thing is, oh my god, I had like ADD, so like I kept seeing a horse, and I was like, okay, I got this horse. This one looks cool. Caught it, and then I go into the wild. It randomly generates horses. And then I see another one. I'm like, oh, damn, this one's all black. And then I catch that one. And then I was like, you know what? That's all I need. All I need is a black horse.
Sure.
I go back in the wild. I see a blue horse. I'm like, motherfucker, I want a blue horse. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Fine, catch it. And then I was like, all right, there's nothing better than the blue and black horses. So and I see a mixture, a blue horse with like black hair. I was like, god damn it, dude. So I spent 2 days just trying to capture horses. but anyways, that was not even the gist of it. So like I was going through the game, not even really going after the main story, but just exploring a lot. Oh man, literally, you think the distance in the game is like, oh, you see this on your radar, you can just walk to it. No, there's this time when I was like, I I don't use binoculars in games because I always think it's useless.
Okay.
But I had to use binoculars in this game, and I was like, oh, there's a shrine thing I need to go to. It's in my visible distance. I can see it. I can see it. So I jump on the cliff. The shrine is on the edge of a cliff, by the way. I jump on the cliff. I climb up. Takes me almost like 10 minutes to climb this damn cliff. It turns out I climbed the wrong cliff, and I try to go to see where the shrine is. There's like a giant gap in the middle, and I was like, okay, fine. I'm gonna have to glide there because I have a glider.
Okay.
I glide over there. It starts raining, so there's real mechanics to it where you start sliding off of the side of the walls if you're climbing.
Because it's wet?
Yeah, because it's wet. So I spent forever trying to climb this cliff. I get to the top. Motherfucker, I'm on the wrong cliff again? Dude, yeah. And I was like, I thought I confirmed it. But it's an illusion, It's like you see so much shit in this game, and on the map it looks like it's close, but no. And then finally I got to the third cliff, and I was like, okay, now I'm there. But dude, the map is huge, is my point. It's so huge, it can take 2 in-game days for me to traverse to like maybe a half of the map. And I'm trying to like, you have quick teleporters, but the thing is, like in Witcher, when you teleport, your horse teleports with you. In Zelda, the horse does not teleport with you.
Oh.
So it is kind of really difficult because, you teleport basically across the map, and then you're like, okay, now I can't really traverse the fields without my horse, other than running. So I'm like running for days. But there are stables in the 2 stables that I've found so far that I've only uncovered 1/4 of the map, by the way. And these stables will allow you to kind of teleport your horse, but you have to go through like a process. But other than that, yeah, the game is so huge. There's a lot of things to do. Your weapons break. A lot of exploring to do, a lot of mechanics. There's a lot of puzzle solving. The game is awesome. Like you go through the story, but a little bit of a spoiler. You don't have your memories when you start off the game, so of course you have to go through learning everything. And what I hate in video games, and I think we talked about it in podcasts, is don't you hate those flashbacks you have to go through and shit like that?
Like little cutscenes every now and then when you see something?
Like those flashbacks. But the thing is, I'm actually enjoying these flashbacks, and they don't make it easy for you to like, oh, okay, here's a memory. No, you actually have to find where this particular instance is in order for you to unlock that memory, and then it'll show the flashback. And I was like, wow, this actually adds a lot of value to the story. And I only unlocked 1 flashback, and there's a bunch that I have to go through.
You have to go to a certain place and that triggers the flashback, or is it
exactly
all tied to the story? Oh, okay.
It's tied to the story too. So it's like, so the first flashback was kind of like me and Zelda talking, and stuff happens. But either way, it like adds value to the main story of what's going on in the main story. But yeah, so far I accidentally went on the main quest. This was by accident. I was exploring, and it turns out like something happened in the game, and it kind of made me sad. I was like, God damn, I would never have felt anything, but I kind of felt something. It kind of stung
after that one story part, dude.
Yeah, that little tiny story part. And the thing is, it wasn't so much of that story part. It was so much of me interacting with all the NPCs, and they were building this character of this person.
Oh, okay.
And I was like starting to kind of like regain. I only regained 1 memory, but like I was going through these memories with Link, And so, I don't know who this person is, but then when you're talking to these NPCs, they're all like, yeah, this person was a great hero and blah, 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 blah. And I miss her and stuff like that. And it was like, damn, dude, like, holy crap. So now that I have this connection, I go through the story and I was like, golly, yeah. So yeah, this game makes me feel a little bit of feelings and stuff like that.
So wait, did you actually meet her? Is that why?
I can't really. Yeah, you're gonna play the game, right?
Oh yeah, but I won't remember, dude. What you telling me?
Yeah. So you basically, and here's the thing, it's I don't know how to start, but basically there's this champion, one of the champions that helps you. But the main story of this game, 100 years later, things happened, or 100 years ago, things happened, and you wake up 100 years later. So
and then you try
of course,
fix it?
Things changed, and you have to stop Ganon. But then, anyways, the main thing is this champion. You build a connection in the past with this champion, and she helps you and stuff like that, and you see this connection with her, and then later down the line, it turns out I can't really I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
but stuff happens, and
Okay.
yeah. And I was like, God damn, dude! Like, it made me feel things. But anyways, that was that, and yeah, the game is really fun. There's a lot of weapons, and I just hate how things break. The weapons break easily.
Yeah.
But because it's forcing you to pick up everybody's weapon along the way. So, like, you may have this great, awesome weapon that's, like, really overpowered, and it'll break after maybe 20 hits or so,
I don't like that at all.
But the thing is, it usually will take out the enemy really fast. So, unless you're versing a strong enemy, and that's the thing, too. Some of these shrines, dungeons, whatever, they have, like, I actually encountered one that gave me really, really powerful weapons. Like, I think they were superb. And I was like, damn, I don't even think I was supposed to be here. Because it actually took off all my healing, like my entire inventory to beat that area, that dungeon. And then I got these weapons. So I was still exploring that whole area. I went away from the dungeon. And then there's like this monster. And holy fuck, dude. He killed me 4 or 5 times. My little fairy had to revive me so many times. And I wasted my entire inventory of weapons. My entire shield broke. My bows were beginning to break. I was literally having no weapons. And I was like thinking to myself, what would happen if I broke all of my weapons? I don't want to be in that predicament.
I know. Can you fist fight or anything? Or?
I don't think so, and I haven't tried. But either way, I was literally down to my last weapon, and I like hit him one more time. My weapon broke, and he died. But I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to be in that area because he was a boss, like a crazy difficult boss. But that's the beauty of this game, It's not like, oh yeah, you must be leveled up in order to face these guys. No. It's how you handle facing these bosses and stuff like that. And luckily, I'm like kind of like, I like to be overcautious, so I hoard every single thing I can possibly get. I max out everything, and usually when I come out of the dungeon, like I barely touch my inventory. But yeah, holy fuck, I wasted my entire inventory. I killed and. Yeah, so I lost all of my super powerful weapons, but it's that satisfaction that you get when you kill them, because it's like, holy fuck, I don't have to worry about you later down the line.
Is there a way you can farm weapons? Like, let's say you find an enemy that drops a cool sword, can you leave the area, come back, kill him again for another sword?
So here's the thing. They kind of do that, but they go through phases, and it's called the Red Blood Moon. And basically, the red blood, when that moon comes out during one of the nights, it revives all of the enemies that you previously killed. So that way, you can get weapons. But majority of the time, they're already dead because you already wiped them out. And then the more you keep getting these strong weapons, the more, you're not willing to waste your time on killing these small fry. But the bosses, they don't revive, or like the mini bosses too, they don't revive, so which is a good thing. But
wait, you can get weapons from mini bosses?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of gangster.
And it was cool because I got like, his, it was, so I was facing a minotaur, and I got his minotaur shield, minotaur sword, and all that stuff. And
wait, shields break too?
Dude, everything breaks. The thing is, and that's what I want to talk about. So the shields do break, but they take, if the higher the shield, they take a lot of damage before it actually breaks. But the thing is, if you parry them perfectly, it won't take any damage. And the entire game, dude, Sekiro has taught me how to live. I don't know what it was. Dude, I should have recorded it. I was parrying everything perfectly. I had like a level like a level 1 shield, and I was parrying the shit out of this level 60. I don't know what level he is, but he was powerful.
How's the timing? Is it pretty sharp, or?
Kinda, yeah. So you can tell that I would say it's really sharp. That's good. Kind of like Sekiro, but more forgiving. But still, it's like you have to actually kind of be accurate. You can't like spam it, because when you spam it, you kind of leave yourself open. Exactly. So you have to like, and you can literally, I've noticed that I can parry pretty much almost everything. I haven't tried laser beams or anything like that, like projectiles. So I would like dodge those, but then still, like if you mess up on your parry, you do take a lot of damage. But if you parry some enemies perfectly, not mini bosses, but when you parry enemies perfectly, they usually drop their weapons and they're staggered. And then so like that leaves a good amount of time to hit them while they run back to pick up their weapon. And here's the thing: if they drop their weapon, you can pick up their weapon, and then like
then they have
the
nothing.
crap. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And and you always have the option to throw your weapons too, physically throw your weapons. But yeah, it's really good. It kind of started off slow. But the map is huge, and I've fallen so deep in the rabbit hole. Like, god damn, dude, I'm already looking up amiibos and shit.
How much does it hurt your feelings when one of your powerful weapons breaks? You cry.
I was
trying to load a different save.
I was crying when, that was the thing. When I was fighting that Minotaur, the one that I was taking his weapons, the weapons I was going into battle with was I think it was way stronger than his. And I broke all 3 of them in order to kill this guy. And I was like, I don't think I was supposed to be in this whole area, but
that's not worth it.
Yeah, exactly. So let me give you like a baseline. So that right now, the average weapons I was holding, let's say, is 20.
Okay.
Level 20 or just 20. The weapons I got from that one dungeon that took me forever were 60. And they do not come often, ever. I don't think they ever come. Like they average 20. So I had 3 level 60 weapons, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. I'm killing everything in one hit. I go to this Minotaur. I break all level 360 weapons and down to like literally my last weapon. I pick up his weapon. His weapon is only level 50. So I had to break 3 of my level 60s to kill him and pick a level 50 weapon. But
that's not a fair trade.
Exactly. But it's like now I don't have to actually worry about him too. And then I fought this giant ogre or whatever it is. He was huge. He was sleeping. I ambushed him, but either way, like one hit of him like almost killed me. Like took out my whole life, and I was like, damn, yeah, I totally not supposed to be here. So eventually I killed those 2 and I left that area and went back to my normal duties. But still, the game, I would say is like Skyrim. You spend most of your time crafting and looking for things and exploring. And it's cool because it's like, oh yeah, what is that over there on that mountain? You can actually fucking go onto that mountain, like climb it if you wanted. And I was always thinking, yeah, this is kind of a small map. No, everything you see is an illusion. There's like 3 cliffs in front of you right now. And, so the game requires a lot. And I knew I was going to get stuck on it. First, I was like, yeah, I'm going to beat this in a month. There's no fucking way I'm going to beat this in a month. Because I found out in one of those, I think the second village, I was like browsing, talking to everybody, and I see these people like near this house, and I was like, what the fuck were you guys doing to the house? He's like, oh, we're demolishing this house. Nobody lived in it. When he said that, I knew where the fuck this is going. I already knew what was going to happen. So I said, oh, let me buy the house. And then he was like, okay, yeah, this is going to cost you $50,000 for us to not destroy this house. And he's like, and I was like, wait, that's way too much. And he's like, okay, 3,000 rupees. And I was like, damn it, that's within my budget. So now I'm grinding for
rupees.
Money, yeah, rupees. And I was like, oh my god, they got me. Because that's gonna take another maybe 10 hours for me to get those rupees.
Have you looked up the perks? Like, is there anything good about owning a house, or you don't want to
Nope.
look it up?
I just wanna have this house, and that's the beauty of this. It's because you go on this adventure and you feel like it's an adventure. You have to sleep, you have to eat, you have to cook, and it's awesome because it's like you don't feel like you're obligated to cook. It's like, oh damn, this actually gives me stat boost, stealth boost, fire resistance, and stuff like that. But either way, it does feel like a really, really good adventure. And like I'm not tied down to, oh, go here, go here, go here. It's more like, what the fuck's over there? What's over there?
Yeah.
And like you can pinpoint, you can make a lot of markers on the map. So I'm like, I pinpointed a lot of things on the map. I'm like, okay, my next goal, I'm gonna go way over there because I have no idea what is over there. So I did go way over there, and it turns out it was another strong area, and I was getting zapped by lightning from the sky. So it was cool because I was trying to dodge this lightning, and it kept killing me, but I had fairies to revive me. And then I had to take cover under a bridge, and I was like starting to like think, how am I gonna dodge this fucking lightning in the sky? You know what? I'm gonna go to sleep under this bridge. So I went to sleep, and then the next day it was all sunny.
Oh, there's no more lightning?
Shit. Yeah. And
okay.
I was like, oh man, this is cool. Like it's just this game makes you think outside the box, basically, and like what you want to do. You want to go here, you want to go there, you want to build weapons, you want to do this, do whatever you want, and that's how. And it's cool because the NPCs, they all kind of have different dialogue, usually the same, but like you're just traveling and then you see these NPCs getting attacked by monsters, you save them, and then they say, oh yeah, thank you, and they give you rewards. And then I leave, I come back, they're kind of in a different area, but they're the same people, and they're like, oh yeah, we're just here because we're dungeon exploring, we're looking for treasure. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I leave and I come back, and they're under attack in a different spot, but different monsters. I save them again, and they're like, "Oh man, you again? Thanks for saving me, but I got this." And I was like, "Oh shit, okay, you guys,
they remember, yeah,
yeah." So that's why I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool," like, and talk to them in different parts of the day. We'll give you different dialogues. If it's raining, they like say, oh yeah, I wish I could talk to you, but I'm gonna go back home because it's kind of rainy right now. And so like it's, I don't know, the environment feels really dynamic.
Yeah,
this game, I can say for sure, even though I barely even touched it, I'd say it's a 10 out of 10 already.
Yeah. I like it. It sounds cool that you're getting immersed into it. And I think a couple episodes ago we talked about a role-playing walk, where it's like, of course you're playing a video game, so you just want to run through everything, but in those badass moments you just walk towards your next enemy to fight them. It
Yeah,
seems like
dude.
you're doing that a lot in this game, or it's like you really wouldn't need to own your own house in this game, but just because you want that place where you can cook and have a place to stay that feels like your own in this world, you know?
Yeah.
Like in a video
Yep.
game, it's just a waste of time. But for yourself, for this character that you're trying to build Link to be, he needs a house, dude. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's what I was like, I need a place for my horse to stay,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
a little stable. But yeah. Oh, last thing I wanted to say too, the weapons are pretty
Mhm.
cool. Like, so like you have a boomerang. I still don't know how the heck it works, but basically you throw it. You actually have to press a button to catch it
Oh
when it
wow.
comes back. So it's tricky because I know that there's if you hit them in the right angle, it will hit the monster, knock them over, and then your boomerang will come back. But if you
Mhm.
hit them in the wrong area, the boomerang will bounce off, and then like you have to actually run and go
Go and
pick up
pick
your
it up.
web.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
and then like also for arrows, if you miss anything, you can actually run up to the arrow and go pick up the arrow and like shoot it again
Oh
and stuff
nice.
like that. So yeah, this is a pretty real RPG. This is an adventure, I would
Mhm.
say. Oh,
Damn. Crazy, dude. It's good to hear you're having a good time with it, at least with something that's so huge and immersive. I'd hate for it to feel like, you're obligated to finish this game because people said it was good, Because that's how I
yeah,
feel sometimes, where it's like people said this game was good. I'll play it, but it's like, ugh, I'm just playing it to just get through it. I guess that's how I felt playing Fallen Order for a little bit. It's like, oh, I gotta play it because it's Star Wars, and it's like
yeah,
action RPG kind of. Um, Thankfully, the ending made it worth it. But yeah, it's good to hear, especially you're about to spend 80 hours playing this game, dude. Maybe even more.
dude. Yeah, and I only uncovered 1/4 of the map. I think one
Crazy.
fourth of my objective. I still got everything left, and
Hmm.
I'm just like literally going to everything. Just like, oh, what's over there? Oh, the sun's over there. Oh, I can't swim over there. And you can't swim too, like fully forever. So
Hmm.
it's like you have a stamina bar
Hmm.
and like you'll drown if which definitely limits you from trying to cross giant rivers or lakes, because you actually drown in a moving rapid river kind of
Hmm.
thing.
So you
So
need boats and tools and all that. So I guess the whole game is really just leveling up and getting tools and powers so you could beat Ganon. But it's like technically you can beat Ganon anytime. It's just however comfortable you feel with how many tools you want to get, right?
exactly.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's why people would like go directly to him and kill him. I don't know
Yeah,
how. I don't want to look it up, but
with a
me, I'm
stick
like,
and an apple.
yeah, exactly. I'm thinking it has something to do with the perfect parries.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, because I don't know how they do it if they don't have any strong weapons. They have to
Hmm.
expand their weapon inventory. Like your
Hmm.
weapon breaks, so maybe they're I don't know doing something. But
Hmm.
yeah, and it's cool. Like you have to be tactical. You can't just run in and start
Hmm.
killing things. Like there's one when there's a giant swarm of bats chasing me, and I didn't know what to do. Like I only have one sword, and I can swing one time, kill one, but I
Hmm.
can't kill. There's like 30 of them after you.
Hmm.
So instead, I was like running, and I dropped a bomb, and while I was running away, I detonated it and killed them.
All
And
the
I was like,
bats. Oh, nice,
yeah.
dude.
So it makes you definitely think outside the box. You can't
Hmm.
just run at it. You actually have to use everything you've got in the beginning of the game
Hmm.
to your advantage. Oh, and
Nice,
there's
nice.
this one part too. Well, this is the last one. One part, like there's a bunch of archers everywhere, and they all
Hmm.
have lightning arrows, and these arrows almost take out most of my life. But one of the powers allows you to, I guess, lift magnetic things.
Okay.
So I was lifting a metal box and I was running with the metal box the entire thing.
Blocking
Running,
all the arrows.
yeah, blocking all the arrows. It's cool. It's cool. So
Is that what you're supposed to do in that part, or did you just
you
figure,
can
oh, let me
kill
do
them.
that?
You can
Okay.
like shoot arrows, but I ran out of arrows and I didn't want to get too close to them because then you're vulnerable when you're climbing things and you have to climb a
Uh,
ladder and they're
uh-huh.
shooting you. So it's like, okay, I can throw bombs at them or I can just run through and block with the box.
Yeah.
And what I did was I used that box and I was like slamming the box against them so it hits them off the ledge. And then I would hit them and then I would use the same box and run up to the next one and So
that's fucking funny, dude. So and that's the main game you've been playing this whole time?
Yep.
Damn, dude.
Entire time.
Because I've mainly still been playing The Witcher 2. Well, the first one, but as well. And I think I'm kind of having the same experience as you, man. Like you said, with the flashbacks and everything. Because oddly enough, at the beginning of The Witcher, what happens is, I guess Geralt got stabbed or something. And died, quote unquote. And they revived him, but he forgot all his memories, man. He doesn't know who anybody is, and you're kind of just trying to fill in the pieces of who Geralt is, right? So, and it's kind of funny how the game works is you have to make these choices, and these choices are how Geralt remembers himself to be, right? So there's this one point where I run into so let's say like the captain of the guard in this castle, he's a werewolf, right? And he's my friend when he's a human, and I find out he's a werewolf, and I'm like, well, I'm a witcher. I have to kill all the monsters, So I'm in this dilemma where it's like, shit, should I kill my friend because I'm a witcher and he's a werewolf, or should I let him go? He tries to tell me, I just kill murderers. I don't kill just innocent people, so let me go, And the whole time they give you the choice, or it's like, okay, fine, you can keep doing it, or you're like, no, I'm a witcher. This is what I have to do. So I ended up killing him.
Damn.
And it was like the bad ending. I was like, oh shit, I should have killed him. I talked to someone later, and they're like, oh, here, I'll give you a book that lets you know how to cure, was it lycanthropy, which is, being a werewolf. I was like, oh shit, I could have healed him. But every time you make a choice like that, there's a journal, and Geralt writes everything that you do in that journal. So one of the entries was, I just killed the captain of the guard who turned out to be a werewolf. I have to kill all monsters, no matter who they are. It's the Witcher way. I am a Witcher. I was like, oh shit, dude.
Damn.
I'm shaping Geralt to be just like a fucking killer of all monsters, dude. So
yeah.
It's kind of crazy. And then there's one of the main conflicts in the story right now is this group of non-humans called the Scoia'tael, or squirrels. And they're trying to rebel against humans because they feel like they're being oppressed. And the whole game is me, choosing who I want to help out, whether it's the non-humans like the elves and dwarves, or do I want to help the humans in this fight. And there's kind of a clear bad guy. It's always the non-humans that are taking hostages or burning down buildings or robbing a bank. And it's like, man, Geralt wouldn't be down for robbing a bank or anything. He just wants to help, the people who are being hurt. So of course I helped the humans out in the bank and everything like that. And but what ended up happening was all the humans that I helped, they got power hungry. So now they're all corrupt and shit, and they're just murdering any elf they see. So now it's like, oh my god, I enabled this dude.
Damn.
So there's really
moral dilemma.
Yeah, there's really no easy or clear choice in this game. But it's cool. I think the same way you like the flashbacks in Zelda, I think this way of storytelling, because this is based off of, well, a bunch of the books happened before this game happens, So there's already this rich history of this world in Geralt. But the fact that he forgot all that and you're shaping him to what he's gonna be in the future, I think is a pretty cool concept. I even have to fight another Witcher at one point, and it's like, oh my god, dude, should I kill him or should I let him walk away? But Geralt keeps on saying that it's against Witcher code to fight me, and this guy keeps trying to fight me, so I ended up killing him and taking his sword. But yeah, man, it's crazy. There's a lot of hard choices to make, and I think this game is more reliant on the storytelling, that you feel it a lot more than if it was just an action RPG game,
Yeah, that's how I felt with Witcher 3. You know, it's more of a storytelling thing. And I was going to say, with your moral dilemma, what helped me is the quote he says, you know, evil is evil. And I'm like, you're right. Whether it's less or greater,
Yeah.
Still got to abide by the Witcher code.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing, too, is like, even though the non-humans are robbing banks and stuff, it's because the humans forced this dwarf to close down his bank, you know, and bought him out. So it's harder for non-humans to get loans and stuff like that to start their businesses. So that's why they start robbing banks. So it's like they're needy. Who's really the evil here? Is it them for robbing the bank, or is it the humans from like preventing them from getting loans, you know? So it's all over the place. It's like there's really no clear cut answer. It's kind of crazy. And like I said, because I've been helping out the humans so much, now they're just OP and they're just murdering all the elves they see, dude. It's kind of horrible. But other than that, yeah, no, the game is still great. Geralt, just any female character in the game, Geralt can just romance, dude. It's kind of ridiculous, man. And it's for some stupid reasons too. I think last time I told you about how I slept with this one noble woman because she was talking about, are you going to pay me to have sex with me? And I was like, pressed cancel. And she's like, oh my God, you're treating me like a filthy whore. And then she took me to her house, dude. It's the same. You just make the weirdest choices. And these people are like, oh, a Witcher. And then they just sleep with Geralt, man. It's out of control. And then you could still just end up hanging out with Triss. And she's like, oh, I still love you. So I don't know. The game is all over the place, dude. Oh man. So one NPC spoiled the whole show for me, man.
Which part?
So in the game, you can go to the inn, right? Like every town or every section has an inn, and the innkeeper, he can offer you a place to rest so you could level up and make potions, or he can store stuff for you, you know? And which is good because bag space is super limited in this game. So I was talking to him and I was storing my stuff, and the way The Witcher works is there's different dialogue options, and you know you've exhausted a dialogue option is if it's grayed out, right?
Yeah.
And he had this one that says, you have any stories for me? And it was never grayed out. So I ran through all the choices, you know. And one of the choices was like, tell me something unbelievable or something, right? And he tells me this whole story about how the coordinate or the chosen one was born and promised to a Witcher through the law of surprise. There was a sorceress who helped them win a war. And the two of them decided to give up their ways of killing and raise the young sorceress as their own. They lived happily ever after, except they were found and murdered. And it's like, wait, what? And then at the very end, they're like, yeah, that young girl that they raised, her name is Ciri. And I was like, oh my God, dude. Did you just ruin the whole fucking show for me, dude? So I already know what happens in season 2, dude. It was kind of raw. It's just such a nonchalant conversation he's telling you. You know what I mean? It's just, he's telling you so matter-of-factly. And I'm sitting here listening and go, wait, this all sounds familiar, dude. You know, because he's talking about a sorceress, which is obviously Yennefer, right?
Yeah.
That beat up on Nilfgaard and stuff, and then Geralt is the guy that adopted Ciri, potentially, you know, the Law Surprise. So it's like hearing that they ended up winning whatever they were fighting, living happily ever after, just to get murdered and then come back to life is crazy to me, dude. I can't wait to see that in season 5 of The Witcher.
Yeah, there's actually a lot more stuff that happens after that. So yeah, it's in number 3. A lot of crazy stuff happens.
Well, no, all this stuff happens before the first game. So whatever you saw in Witcher 3, that still has to happen for me.
Yeah.
So it'll be crazy to see how they translate this into the show, because all these games, they take place after the books and the show. So yeah, it'll be weird to see how much of a spoiler that was. I was just so mad at myself. I sat there for 2 minutes. I was like, man, I wish I could kill NPCs right now. You know, that's the number 1 Witcher code, right? You can't kill humans or something like that. All
You
I
can
know
rough them up.
See, but I get pushed into a corner a lot, you know? I think this one guy was trying to save his sister from this whorehouse, and he told me to save her. But what happened was, like the madam of the whorehouse, she was a vampire and turned his sister into a vampire. So she didn't want to leave anymore. So I went and told him, like, oh, she doesn't want to leave, dude. She's a vampire now. And the vampire was like Geralt's old friend from before he lost his memory. So I told the guy, like, oh, hey, your sister doesn't want to leave. She's just going to stay in the whorehouse, man. And the guy's like, no, my sister's not going to be a whore. You go over there and convince them, even if it's to kill them. Take my sister back to me, you know? So I go over there, and the Witcher code is, okay, I'm going to kill any monsters that I see. This guy was like, going to pay me too. So I was like, all right, man, let me do this. And they're like, no, don't kill us. We're old friends, Geralt. You have to help us. I was like, all right, man. I could just tell him that his sister really didn't want to come back and that she's a vampire. And I agreed to not, you know, kill everybody in the whorehouse, all the vampires. So the guy comes up and he's like, I knew you would betray me, Geralt. And he has like 5 homies with him. I have to kill them all, right? And they're all humans. And every time I do kill a human or I'm in a situation like that, Geralt's so disgusted with himself. In his journal, he writes, oh, I killed a human today. What have I become? Is this who I really am? And I'm like, oh no, dude. I'm shaping him to be an evil Witcher, dude. And you'll walk around too, and you could hear people say, it's the Butcher of Blaviken. And you're like, oh shit, dude. They know I'm a murderer out here, man. But no, it's good. It's good. I think I'm on the last chapter because shit's starting to hit the fan now. I'm reaching the climax where, like I said, the humans just think they're hot shit because I've been helping them out this whole time, and they're just burning down all the towns and everything. So I think I'm near the end, man. Unfortunately, my computer took a shit, so like Rick said the other day, I'm slowly, as my power supply unit is not working, so I had to buy a new one. Like Rick said, I'm slowly building a new computer.
Almost but surely.
What was it last time? Last time was my hard drive. Yeah, this time's my power supply. I already got a new graphics card from Rick. The only thing left really is like a motherboard, CPU, and a RAM. And I have a brand new computer, dude.
You do.
But it's about time. Like, for real. I've had my computer for like 5 years now. So I'm not mad. Everything kind of lasted as long as it could. But yeah, what else is going on this week? Oh, the saddest news of all time, man.
What's that?
Cyberpunk got delayed, man.
I don't know if I was talking to you about that, but yeah, I think they got delayed on purpose because they knew Final Fantasy is coming out in the same month.
Not only that, but I feel like that game was never going to come out in April. That game was always going to come out. So the original release date for Cyberpunk was April 16th, and they delayed it to September, like the middle of September. That game was always going to come out in September, dude. They just said, "Oh yeah, it's coming out in April," just to build the hype. You know what I mean? It's like it was like a fake release date. But yeah, in sadder news, sadder than that, yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake got delayed as well, man.
Yeah, I was like, people are like saying, yeah, they delayed Final Fantasy delayed it, and everyone was sad. And then I think that Cyberpunk was like, oh shit, they're releasing in April as well. Nah, I can't have that. Let's delay it 3 months because we gotta spend 3 months playing the game as well too.
Yeah,
so
we gotta spend 3 months playing the game as well. Yeah, man. I think for sure, because Final Fantasy it got delayed only by a month, right, from March to April. And very shortly after is when CD Projekt Red announced that Cyberpunk would be delayed. So I'm not too mad at your theory. I think your theory could potentially be correct, man.
Yeah, because if I was developing Cyberpunk and then I saw Final Fantasy come out, I was like, man, I want to play both games. So,
but that just even makes it more cluttered, you know? That means we're just going to have that much more time at the beginning of the year. So I really have time to finish all 3 Witchers now. And then, I mean, I guess in March we'll play Neo 2, and then I think Resident Evil 3 remake comes out maybe a week before Final Fantasy 7 remake. But
Yeah, and I
have
think some RPG games that I want to play that I hope they don't release in April as well. Wait, when does Ghost of Tsushima? I thought that comes out soon.
It's summer 2020. I don't think they gave us a date yet, but they said summer last time. I think I can check that right now. But yeah, I mean, at least we have a little bit more time to play Neo now. I know that one was kind of falling in the back burner with Final Fantasy coming out in March as well. I heard they're making a lot of improvements to it as well. They're working off of the feedback from the demo that we all played. So hopefully they make positive tweaks to the game.
Yeah, they nerfed my chain and kunai, so...
Wait, are you sure? It didn't look like it was nerfed.
I don't know. I thought that some of the people weren't getting tripped or something like that.
I don't know.
Maybe I was missing. I have to double check again.
Because
other than that, I'll be a katana user as Sekiro.
Yeah. One thing they got to do for sure in Sekiro is get rid of the... What is it? When you're in the Shadow Realm and your ki doesn't replenish as fast, they need to like tweak that a little bit. I think those really make the fights just really unfair, you know. For example, that centipede fight was hard enough,
dude.
You know?
That shit was hard as fuck.
Yeah, it's just the fact that through maybe 80% of the fight, the whole arena you're fighting him in is the Shadow Realm. So it was a snake. Was a Shadow Realm, so you can't even replenish your ki, you know, after attacking him. And his moves are so take up the whole stage. He does 360 tail whips and everything like that, man.
Yeah, I still couldn't get how to dodge when it chased you.
Yeah, that's the next thing I was gonna read. That bum ass attack where he just charges forward and is just a homing missile to wherever you go. And even if you dodge the front part, but the side of him touches you, that still takes or gives you damage, you know?
Yeah.
So
and then it hits you like a lot, like 50 times.
Oh yeah. You get stun locked into that sometimes too. So I'm hoping they looked at all that. I mean, sure, maybe people got too good at Neo, you know, but it's not for nothing. It's because they got the right weapons, they mastered the skills, they have good timing. They deserve to be good and be able to cheap up the game, you know, like using the slow motion little ninjutsu things to slow down enemies. I'm fine with if people use that to cheap up the game. They deserve to. They didn't do it for free, you know.
Yeah,
and that's like level up in order to get there. But I feel like now they're just making it harder to cheap stuff up, essentially. You know, they come up with counters to everything that makes it worth grinding and playing the game, right?
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't feel like a ninja now, because I remember throwing cow drops down, and then it used to be effective. Like they would like start slow running, and after they got off the cow drops, you know, they still were slowed for a while. But then now they nerfed it where they kind of like running past it. They would get slow for 2 seconds, and then they'll still run. And I was like, man, they really nerfed ninjutsu kind of a bit. So it's like, what's the point of me getting ninjutsu now? Yeah.
And I think we talked about this as well after playing the demo, where it's like they know or they have some information or some data about how we have these blind spots on enemies where we can, you know, attack and not really fear getting attacked, you know, or getting hurt. But now enemies have like a head and a head on their ass, you know, and shoot lasers out of both sides or something, or they do 360 attacks or something like that, you know. So it's like there's really no vulnerable point, which makes the enemies kind of OP, you know.
Yeah.
So hopefully they fix it up just to, I mean, sure, it's gonna be hard, you know, but it doesn't have to be unfair. I feel like
that snake was unfair. completely.
Yeah. I used up all my spirit stones. I used up everything to beat that shit, man. We co-opted all the way through like 5 times, man. I remember we got it down. We would just skip the whole level just to get down to him. I think you turned invisible to try and get to him.
Yep.
So, yeah, man. I hope they really take this, because they did too. From the first Neo, there was an alpha, a beta, and then like a last chance demo, you know. And the game from alpha to when it finally came out was a little bit different. I remember in the alpha we would lock onto an enemy, but we wouldn't do like strafing or anything like that. It would still be free movement, just the camera would be locked onto the guy, which is super uncomfortable, you know. You'd want your character to have attention and face whatever you're locked onto. But they fixed that, so I've confidence that they'll fix Neo 2 for the better, man.
Yeah. And I noticed that my ninjutsu runs out faster too. Remember the invisibility?
Mm-hmm.
That
and people still saw you.
Yeah, and they still saw me, and they still heard me when I did the invisible footstep one.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't understand, because before it was a combo and I could run past everything, but you know, like if I attack, I would get exposed. But then now it's like anything sees me, even if I'm invisible, which didn't make sense.
So yeah, I mean, I guess it's a blessing in disguise. We'll have more time to play some Neo 2. But what's the general reaction? Have you been like watching Twitter or anything to see how people are reacting to Final Fantasy getting delayed?
Negative. I was just reading a lot of comments, and people are just saying like they all were kind of in agreement, saying if they need to delay it so they can tweak it, then sure, you know, everyone doesn't have a problem, because they rather it being polished than to release it and then another patch comes out day one kind of thing to fix stuff. So you know, I agree, like if they need to fix something, sure, but don't delay too much, because I want to play.
I think a month is perfect. That's not too much time. I mean, we've waited 5 years since they announced it. What's another month, really? You know, I'm just scared. Like, if I was really hyped on Cyberpunk and since hearing it got delayed 5 months, that would stress me out, you know. But just because remake is 1 month, I don't think it's too bad. I don't know. I feel like the gaming industry can avoid a lot of this if they just don't have physical releases, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think because they have to make that Blu-ray disc, it puts them under even heavier time constraints, because they got to press all those and send them all out to retailers and all that. But if everything was digital, shit, they could work on the game until like midnight before the game comes out, you know?
Yep.
So it's kind of interesting. I mean, that could be a double-edged sword too, because then people will just make unfinished products all the time and then patch it, you know, as people play. And I don't know, games in infinite beta are not that good.
Yep.
So maybe I take that back, but who knows? They got to figure it out. But all I know is, we got a little bit more time to play other games, man. Hopefully the games in March can hold us up.
I know Breath of the Wild can hold me for a while.
Yeah, I got 2 more Witchers to play, and Witcher 3 has 2 DLCs. So yeah, I think I'll be good as well. So yeah, we could dabble in some Neo 2. But yeah, no, damn, I totally forgot about Ghost of Tsushima. And I think we were talking a little bit earlier about how hoping to hear some more about PlayStation 5. Because Microsoft's already put their cards on the table. Sony hasn't done shit yet, man.
Yeah, and I'm afraid, like, why are they holding back? Or are they trying to have, like, a worldwide release? Or, you know what they need to do is they need to have all events, like PSX, all over the world at the same time. And then release everything, you know, PS5, all, like, in hours of game trailers and, you know, stuff like that. Then, you know, start their own kind of E3. So
yeah, because they are skipping out on E3 this year as well. So they got to be ramping up like some huge event for themselves, you know?
Yeah.
My wish is they would do it the week before E3, just have their huge PlayStation 5 reveal event. And then everyone will just be jaded during E3, like, oh, this is not as cool as PlayStation's announcement. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, the fact that they're hiding it from us for so long, man. We already know basically it's coming out holiday this year because they've shown trailers for games that are going to be on the PS5 and it says release date holiday 2020. So it's not like it's a huge mystery. So yeah, I don't know why they're holding it back for so long.
I don't know either.
They just want to drop that one huge shit on us all at once, dude.
Maybe they were traumatized from, the last PSX that happened in Anaheim.
Still.
And they're like,
get sleep.
Those motherfuckers, ungrateful motherfuckers. We spent all of our times
yawning, killing the fish. These fucks.
They wanted to kill some damn fish.
Yeah, man. We'll see. I mean, I'm excited though. It's so crazy. Like thinking about it. I don't know. Before we ever saw the Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer for the first time, that was a dream, that was just a long forgotten dream. Then all of a sudden they show the trailer, it's a fucking possibility now, dude, Yeah. So it's like we just have dreams right now, but it's not until they show us the PlayStation 5 that we know what reality is going to be. And I think that anticipation is what really gets me excited. The waiting sucks, but knowing that our dreams can come true is super exciting, dude.
Did you click that link to confirm that you still want the pre-order and all that?
Oh yeah, like 5 times, dude.
Dude, yeah, same here. I logged in to make sure it went to the right page. I wanted to make sure because I was like, man, we already paid for it. Yeah. That shouldn't even be a question, you know? Come on.
Just because it's a month, they think you're not going to want it anymore.
Yeah.
So what Rick's talking about is him and I, we both pre-ordered and paid for the first class edition of Remake, the first part. Square Enix sent us an email saying, hey, this game got delayed. Are you sure you still want this? And it wasn't like a do nothing if you still want the game. It's like, click this link if you still want the game. So if I just brushed through that, I would not have done anything. And I think they just give us till the end of the month, right? It was pretty short window. So I opened that email, clicked it. It said, all right, you're confirmed. But it really didn't make me feel confirmed. So I went back to the email and clicked it a couple more times.
Dude, yep. I clicked it triple times. I was like, what if it turns it on and off every time we click it? So I had to click it uneven.
Odd number of times.
Yeah.
It's too funny. But yeah, I think that's everything we got this week, man. Anything else you got this week? It's been a slow kind of beginning of the year for gaming. What's that?
Oh yeah, it is. Did you see how people they're split between the paid DLC for Pokemon?
No, how are they split? They don't want to.
So people are half of the people are upset, they don't want it to go to a subscription based game or not subscription, the whole where the story's not complete and we have to pay for more to finish the story, and the other half was like, no, keep expanding on this universe and stuff like that. I think the creator even tweeted, for my birthday, please don't tweet mean things kind of thing. And I was like, oh, okay. So, but anyways, I was reading it and I was like, you know what? I think the way they're going with the whole DLC, expanding the story, whatever, I think that is an actual good move because people were arguing in the past, when they released a game, they had maybe a year later they would release the same game but with a little bit of more content in it. Yeah. So you had to pay for the same game, go through the whole game, and pay full price just so you can see that little bit of extra content, versus now where you pay the game once and you still have a full story, complete story. And if you want extra, it'll add on. You can add it on of that. Yeah. So that's what I see it as. I was like, this is perfect. I don't know why people are complaining because I don't want to pay for a full game again and then, only get that little bit of extra content at the end.
Yeah, because you're already invested. You already have your Pokemon that you started off with months ago, being able to take them on this new adventure with you, that's great. You're already immersed into it. You're connected to your character and your Pokemon. Why not? I'm with it too. And I mean, it could be because we're so used to, I don't know, MMOs or something where that's the norm. But no, I think that's a good move. Good move as well. And I think, yeah, we even said that last week. It's kind of funny though, because I think you're talking about like Sun and Moon and Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun or whatever it was. I remember that. But this is totally comparable, right? Because you're gonna buy Persona 5 Royale, right?
Yep.
And isn't that the same game? But they add a lot more.
They only added one character.
But
and I don't know. I think there's more cutscenes and stuff like that. But that's what I mean. Like, I'd rather not have to go through the whole story again to, experience that. But
just get another character and some new story.
Exactly.
Okay. But yeah, no, I'm totally with you. I'm fine with the expansions onto what we already have, dude. Because that's bullshit to have to start over again. No way, man. I'm not with it.
Yep.
Plus, I got to evolve my Slowpoke with a yellow forehead.
Yep.
What else is going on? Oh, they opened a new Star Wars ride at Disneyland. I had no idea.
Dude, I actually saw
at like 2 a.m. for that shit.
Did you see what was inside of it?
No.
It looked pretty cool. It's like you're kind of in like a spaceship. I don't know what spaceship, but basically they're like dummies and stormtroopers lined up, and it feels like you're actually on the spaceship. And then you look out the window, there's like stars and stuff like that. And I don't know about the ride personally, but just going through that whole area, it feels like, I think you go through the Rebel side first, and then you go through the Empire side spaceships next. But there's actual like people dressed up as them, and they're like, get in line, we gotta fight the Empire kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. It looked pretty interesting, but I still wouldn't wait like crazy amount.
Dude, same. Just hearing that people lined up at 3 a.m, that hurt my feelings, man. Although Disney's good at that, man. I think they're good at putting, what's it called? I guess entertainment or distractions for people in line. I think maybe it was Indiana Jones was the first one I really noticed where, you walk through, you're in line, and then they show a movie about not looking to the eyes or else you'll turn into a skeleton. There's a room where there's spikes on the floor and the wall, and there's like one thing you can move and it makes a loud noise to scare people,
Yeah.
And then in the Millennium Falcon ride, there's that guy who's just up on his balcony telling you what your mission's going to be and everything like that. I think the more they improve on that, the less they make it seem like you're just waiting in line. You have something there to distract you. I don't think it'll be as bad anymore. People, they make like a 4-hour. They should just put on, a whole movie while you wait in line, actually. You can watch the whole Star Wars trilogy while you wait in line for this ride.
Yep. Did I tell you how I was waiting for the Millennium Falcon? How it loops around and it goes
when it's like
into
5 different rooms.
Yeah, that was retarded.
Did you see the little QR code stickers everywhere?
I did. I think I took a picture of one, but I don't know what to do with it. So
yeah, because you have to have the Disney app, I think, to actually activate all that stuff. But with those, it's even small things like those where you don't even need animatronics or an actor there, but you have this little scavenger hunt for people to do while they're in line. I think is good. Anything to distract you from the fact that you're fucking standing in line.
Yep.
Yeah, they need to implement that more. They got good stuff, but I feel like it's only in the last maybe 1/3 of the line is where you get all the good stuff. That's where you get all the videos and all the animatronics and actors and all that. But the one video I saw was everybody waiting outside before Disneyland even opened, and that one guy riding the monorail with his purple lightsaber in the air. Do you see that video?
No.
It was crazy, dude. It's still dark out, and this guy's just riding the monorail, and he's holding a purple lightsaber up. The monorail's just taking him to the ride, dude. So great. But yeah, no, crazy, man. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be at Disneyland is, but hopefully I'll be to ride that when all the hype dies down.
Yeah, don't. I'm actually thinking about going. Probably not on my birthday, but maybe before, and invite friends. So if you're down,
Like June?
kinda, maybe May, April. I don't know. I just have to see when there's like a dead zone kind of thing. But
Gotcha.
if you be down, yeah, I'm gonna gather up people, and yeah, hopefully we can go build lightsabers or something.
All right, I'm gonna start saving now, dude. If I can start saving months in advance for that shit, it's crazy how expensive it's getting.
Dude, yeah. I think all we need is maybe just the ticket and food, but I don't know. We can eat food outside because there's a lot of food around there. Oh, and I have to show you guys where there's a good donut.
Oh, that burrito
breakfast
place too, right?
burrito place. So yeah, that can actually like hold us over the whole day and then stuff. Yeah.
Gotcha. But yeah, I think that's all I got this week, dude. They're gonna run out of games to give away on PlayStation Plus, man. They gave out the whole Nathan Drake collection for free, dude.
Dude, yeah, you
That's
sent me
fucking
that
insane.
link of like all the games. I think it was like your wrap up of 2019.
Oh yeah,
and then it's like all your perks. And then I looked at mine and I was like, I don't even think I had anything. It's like one game or something. And I saw yours, and it was like the
200
whole
games or something?
PlayStation Store inside your. I was like, are you downloading everything?
I just purchased it so I could download it later. But yeah, I have like 200 something games, dude, from PlayStation Plus. So it's kind of out of control, and that's just on PS4. PlayStation 3 and Vita, I got way more games on there too for free that I haven't even played. So, yeah, they can't wait for that PlayStation 5 to come out, man. They're giving away the farm on this shit.
Yeah,
they've already given away Bloodborne too, so it's gonna be crazy to figure out what they give out next. But yeah, I think that's it for us this week. It'll be interesting, dude. I want to see your link. I've just been playing action RPGs. So they just called me the action hero. They had like a year wrap up for your PlayStation activity, which kind of freaks me out, which means they've been following me. But at the same time, it's kind of cool to look back at it, and see what you've been doing throughout the year.
I think mine was like JRPG.
Really?
Or RPG. It was just regular role playing.
Oh, okay. Is it
because
you played Persona last year?
Yeah, Persona. I think Monster Hunter mainly. Because I spent like an extra 100 or 200 hours on it. So.
Gotcha. But yeah, I think that's it for us this week. You got anything else, man?
That's it. Lastly, I saw. I don't know. It was like a little simple idea. I saw a T-shirt of Baby Yoda, and I was like, he was in Mandalorian armor, and I was thinking that would actually be pretty interesting if he grew up to be a Mandalorian, instead of a Jedi. You know, he's like a bounty hunter kind of thing.
And he still have his powers. His like.
Yeah, he has force powers,
but he's a Mandalorian.
He's a Mandalorian shooting guns and everything. So
that would be kind of sick. He's flipping around,
shooting
guns and stuff. That would be bad. Dang, just imagining him with a jetpack would be fucking hilarious, dude. Oh man, but yeah, I think that is it for us this week. I gotta go and finish putting my computer all back together. I could play The Witcher again. Finally, it's been like 2 days, dude. So we'll see you guys next week. If you have a 3-day weekend, if you have today off, good for you, dude. You deserve it. R.I.P. to Rick.
What? You have tomorrow off?
Fuck yeah, bro.
Oh my god! Why?
It's MLK, bro. Come on.
Oh my!
I have a dream that I have Monday off.
I want a dream.
But yeah, before we go, Rick, you got a question?
Yeah. Do you think you play Breath of the Wild this year?
No, there's way too much to play this year. I've already got it planned out. So no, Breath of the Wild is turned into like a when I retire kind of game.
Yep.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Peace.